You guys, BigZold here, man. For those of you who don't know, which I think is everyone, I haul scrap metal. And, today was just a really, really good day. And I want to show you guys, something, for me it was, this was about 2.5 hours of loot, I guess you could say. I'm sure some of you experts will be like, oh my God, I get 3 times that much in 2.5 hours. But, I thought it was pretty good. We got a bunch of aluminum. These are aluminum. All those are aluminum. And then a bunch of heavy metals. Basically, filled it up, filled a bucket here, filled another bucket there. It's kind of hard to see everything. Got some wires too. But the coolest thing I found today was this dandy old thing. Now, I don't know what this is worth. It does work. I tested it out. I found an outlet outside, and it works pretty nice, actually. But this is just in a random dumpster here. A shit ton of blades come with it. Nice saw. Completely intact power cord. Don't know how much this is worth. Don't know if I'll even sell to keep it. Gotta check how it compares to my other one. I do like Milwaukee brand, but this one is pretty old. But I love the carrying case for sure. I'm gonna go take everything in besides the saw, obviously, and I will let you know in the 2.5 hours how much I made from scrapping today. And, I'll do more in the future because I also sell e-waste, and that's a whole separate thing for those of you who don't know. But yeah, I'll be back in a second to tell you guys what I made. So we made $28.44. Including that, I also probably got a few different types of cancer because there was so much fucking refrigerant, because it was like 50 people just letting refrigerant out into the air, and it was very painful for my lungs. I have a mask on, but it's just kind of a normal one. I'm putting a mask because I think I'm very sensitive. I don't think poison is healthy for me, maybe for other people, it's personal choice. And the sky was turning white, so also radiation. $28, what's a little bit of cancer, I live in America, so obviously healthcare is really cheap and affordable, so I think I'll be okay even if I get cancer. That's just because aluminum is bulky, so it looks heavier than it is because it's just a shit ton of aluminum, but, it's hollow aluminum. It's not like a bunch of, like, what are those called, things on computers, like the heat captures or whatever, heat sinks. $28 for 2 hours of scrapping is, not bad, we're doing peak unemployment hours, and, it's fun, it's an adventure. But, kids, the hustle never stops until you're dead, which for me, it's probably going to be in like a year or 2 at this rate. I don't even know anymore. I'm not like suicidal, but it's just like, who knows what the fuck. Something's going to kill me. I don't know what yet, but something's going to kill me. I don't know. Maybe I'm like paranoid. Probably. I'm a paranoid person. I just like, I'm like I'm like the person who's paranoid. There's ninjas watching me from the shadow, like Attica style. There's there's crazy things going on, and that's all right. That's all right. Maybe I'll have to like flee to Argentina or something. Well, that wouldn't work. I'm not a Nazi. I don't want to like imply that even as like a joke, because I'm not. I'm like a pretty hardcore leftist. I'm what they call woke in the media. I'm like the wokest woke. If you can tell by my soy boy face and long hair. Hashtag feminism, yay. But the saw is pretty cool. The heavy duty saw is pretty cool. That's a win in my book no matter what. And I made a lot. Yeah, I think I made like $50 yesterday because my neighbor's dumpster had a bunch of brass in it. Because he's a plumber, and I'm gonna talk to him and be like, hey, instead of just throwing it out, can I just like have it? And maybe we'll work some sort of arrangement. I don't know, if I need to give sloppy toppy to get that brass, I will. I am not above doing the dirty work to get the dirty work done. It's the hustle game, and if you're not willing to suck dick for the grind, you're a beta male. If you're not willing to suck someone off for some brass, you're a beta male, and you got no hustle, you got no grind set, and you're a beta libtard. And I think Andrew Tate said that. That's why Andrew Tate's like sucking every guy off in prison. Because he's got to grind. He's got to grind for those cigarette packets or whatever the fuck. It's a circular economy. I think that's what it's called, circular economy, maybe K-shaped economy. But the grind never stops. In the end, I want to be able to stop doing this and probably like I need to find just a rich man or woman that can take me and I'll be like a little sugar baby gigolo, whatever. I'll sell this. I don't care. I listen. Is it so bad that I just want to be like financially secure? Is that like is that too much to ask? I guess it is in like this economy. But, anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you, my big Zolders, my Zolders, my Zoldy Woldies, my Zoldy Oldies. Thank you so much. I'll hit you guys soon, like inhaling all the dust and chemicals.